Hello Cal67 Gaming. I'm back again with another favourite 5 countdown. This time it's console specific, but it's narrowed down even further than that. This is going to be my favourite 5 third party games for the Nintendo Wii. So the Nintendo Wii, I'm sure I've said this before, I think it was quite an underrated system, possibly because there was just an obscene amount of shovelware that was put on that thing. I think probably because a lot of non-gamers bought it. There was just a horrible amount of crap that was released on the system. However, if you look past that shovelware, all the party games and the motion controls and the Just Dance and whatever else that they had on there, there was actually some pretty good titles. As you would expect, Nintendo did bring out all the big hitters and produce some great games for the system, but in this countdown I'm going to concentrate on third-party developers and the great games that they brought to the system. So, without wasting any more time, let's have a look and see what my 5th favourite third-party game on the Nintendo Wii is.
Eons have passed. Now, our world, this vast land stretching across the remains of the Bionis, is under attack from a relentless force known as the Mechon.
Retreat! Retreat! Get away from me! Retreat! No retreat! The Mecho's unknown!
Now, many people may have expected this to be higher up on the list. Maybe many people even expected it to top the list. However, it only places 5. As I've said in these countdowns before, this is my favourite 5 games. Not necessarily the best, not necessarily the most impressive, it's my favourite 5. And it does make the list. Xenoblade Chronicles, the original, and I think most people have played it by now. If anyone who's got a Nintendo Wii, if you've got a Wii U, you can play it backwards compatible on that. If you've got a new 3DS, you can play it on that. Brilliant game. Obviously there's a sequel out on the Switch as well, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which I'm sure a lot of people are enjoying. But this is the original game where we were first introduced to Shulk, and just a brilliant game. I love role-playing games, and this just had a great story that dragged you in from the very opening that you saw there, with the massive battle with the Mechon, to Shulk finding his sword, and this is proper old school RPG romp, but in a sci-fi setting, which is quite nice. So that was my 5th favourite. I think it's about time that I shared my 4th favourite third party game on the Nintendo Wii.
You're a hateful man! Setting the fires, man. I burn this motherfucker down. Still, you don't stay smoking the wires, man. So grab the fires, man. Crank this motherfucker down. Down on 12, tell a clock, man. So you wind it in, take it from the top. Break it, take it, rewind again. Body ass, we gon' body ass. Body ass, body ass, body ass, body ass, we gon' body ass. Body ass, we gon' body ass, yeah. Body ass, we gon' body ass, yeah. Body ass, we gon' body ass, yeah. I never seen a game I rock on, get it, walk, take this pain. People on the side, I see
So that's Mad World by Platinum Games, released by Sega. Just a very, very enjoyable hack and slash adventure with a very, very distinct art style. It kind of reminds me of the movie Sin City, but not only that. For me personally, what it kind of reminds me of most is sort of late 80s, early 90s. I read a lot of the comic 2000 AD, you know, with Judge Dredd and Rogue Trooper and all the rest of it. And this black and white art style was very much what they had at the time. So it kind of reminds me of that. It's got a nice helpful dollop of gore in there as well, you've noticed. It's not just black and white, there's an awful lot of red in this game as well. Just great fun, not something that you want to sit down and debate the storyline as you would with, for example, Xenoblade Chronicles, but just a very fun game, very distinct art style. I think worked very well on the Wii with its more restrictive hardware than its contemporary consoles, the Xbox 360 and the PS3. So that was my fourth favourite game. Well, fourth favourite third-party game. And we'll get to halfway in the list now with my third favourite third-party game on the Wii.
The President and the Summit members of 3 nations are being confined. Your mission: terminate the terrorists and rescue the leaders. Remember, you're the Ghost Squad. Don't leave any traces behind.
Alpha Blue. All teams are in position. Launching operation. Go, go, go! Mission start.
Oh no! What happened? We've got company! Hey!
So that's Ghost Squad by Sega. This is a genre of games that the Wii just absolutely excels at. The on-rails light gun shooter. Now this game, Ghost Squad, there's a little bit of a nostalgic connection here. When Aiden was much younger, we visited an arcade while on a trip. I think we were in Southport. Might be wrong, I think it was, and they had the Ghost Squad arcade game. Aiden just was immediately drawn to it. He loved the game, and we spent far too much money playing that game together. And so for me, it's got that about it. It's a game that it brings back a lot of good memories. It's also a very good light gun shooter. Let's not take that away. Love the game. Very, very pick up and play. Blast through the whole thing in half an hour. I had great fun indeed. So that was my third favourite third-party game on the Wii. So I wonder what will be my second favourite.
Another day's work that didn't kill us. Barman! Oi! Give me the strongest booze you've got.
Oh, Zale, back at last. Well, how'd it go? You look like you've taken a beating.
They gave us more trouble than we expected. And you?
Save the business talk for later. It's time to get smashed.
It's true. You all did very good work today. Tomorrow's a day off. Rest up.
Yes! Zale, have a few drinks with me, just for an hour or 7.
Same old Serene. You call this resting up?
You're one to talk. I always see you strolling back in at dawn.
What can I say? I enjoy going for long walks and watching the sunrise.
Oh, Mist Walker's the last story. Now, if there was people that thought Xenoblade Chronicles might have been up at number 1, once that was out of the way, probably a lot of people that thought that the last story would get to number 1. It is another absolutely fantastic RPG. Anybody who's got a Wii or a Wii U and hasn't played it, go out and buy this game now. It is a little pricey, I have to say. It's held its value really well, but I think that just is because of what a great game it is. If you like RPGs, this is just, you can forgive the fact that the graphics aren't as good as its contemporaries, bearing in mind that it was going up against some pretty heavy hitters on the PS3 and on the Xbox 360. Certainly graphically, they were much more impressive. And it stands up there. It's just a brilliant story, keeps you engaged all the way through, and you will sink countless hours into this game. So that was my second favourite. Now, with the last story out of the way, with Xenoblade Chronicles out of the way, with Mad World out of the way, with Ghost Squad out of the way, what could be my favourite third-party game on the Nintendo Wii?
A former Marine Special Forces unit stole the nuclear weapon. Their name is Surge. They kidnapped her. We need your help. Let go!
And for me, this is the best game that Monolith made for the Nintendo Wii. This is Disaster Day of Crisis. Just love this game. It's basically, it's a Hollywood summer blockbuster that you play. There's a few different play styles in it. There's driving sections, there's shooting sections, there's platforming sections. None of them are outstanding in their own right, but you put them all together, it's just a brilliant, brilliant game. And with an excellent, albeit incredibly far-fetched story, pushing along the narrative, it just keeps you going from start to finish. If you're the type of person who in the summer goes and watches the big budget Hollywood films and just, you check your brain at the door, you don't question the logic of it and just enjoy the film, which I think most of us do, this is the game for you. Absolutely brilliant. Now, unfortunately, I don't believe that this got a release in North America, but with the wonders of modded Wii's and imports, or even, dare I say it, do you get emulation for the Wii now? You probably do. But anyway, this game is worth looking out, especially for those in North America that may not even have heard of the game, have never had a chance to play it. I think if you go on eBay or Amazon UK, you'll find a copy reasonably cheap, and they'll ship it to North America for you. There's not a problem there. Just a brilliant game, and is my favourite third-party game on the Nintendo Wii. Now, as I've said before, if you agree with me, God, that's boring. If you disagree, tell me what I should have put in there. I'm expecting maybe a Cursed Mountain, maybe No More Heroes. There was actually some real gems when you look at the third-party contributions for the Wii. There wasn't lots of them. They didn't pump them out like they pumped the shovelware out, but there was some real gems amongst the Wii's library. if you haven't already, please hit the like button on the video, because let's be fair, I'm showing you some great games. I'm sure you've had a smile on your face seeing one or two of them. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Very much would be appreciated. Would really like to see the channel grow, and that's the way to do it. Also, you can hit the bell, get notifications for when we upload videos. We'll try to be quite regular. And until next time, keep gaming.